Good evening, Bear Bull traders. It is Friday, April the 3rd, and I was not intending to do a recap today, other than what I posted on uh, Twitter, but I kind of have an ulterior motive to go ahead and do one. Um, I quit my job in August of last year and became a full-time trader. And the majority of that time has been a real grind and struggle. I was, I really honestly feel like I was more of a successful trader before I left my job. And Andrew talks about this a lot, the stress of being a full-time trader and relying on the income from your trading to live on. And he's right. It is very, very tough. But the last, really, especially the last couple weeks, I feel like I've turned a psychological corner and have been much more successful. And I owe that all to the support that I've received through the whole community of Bear Bull traders, especially with Andrew and really the whole gang. You know, there's Thor and there's Carlos and Norm and Peter and Brian and Eamon. The whole group really comes together, and they all have slightly different points of view, and that's great. But they're all so supportive of everybody in the community, and I greatly appreciate it. And I just wanted to mention that today. Um, but today I had
Waterfield.
a, excuse the background noise. I just closed a position here after hours on Delta as it tanks. Um, but today I had a great day with United Airlines. The airlines have just been abysmal. But here you can see on my screen the trades that I took right from the open. United Airlines started tanking, and I've been short biased on it. Yesterday I traded it on Thursday, and the one thing that, excuse my phone, the one thing that kind of worried me about it was yesterday when it hit $23, a lot of what looked like institutional buying came in. So at the open, even though I was short biased on it, I was a little bit concerned about taking it short because of that support that it received at $23 yesterday. So I saw it drop here at the open, and then it started rebounding, and the L2 really looked good. So I took it long, and I took some really quick partials here. Really, I was only in this position for about a minute and got back out of it, and when it came back down, but it still held and shot right back up through VWAP, and I went ahead and took it long again. Um, Now I didn't get a great feel on this. I would have liked to have been a little bit lower here, but that's fine. And I took several quick partials again, but the L2 started looking really bad, so I got right back out of it. So anyway, I basically got two, even though there are several partials on this, these are really scalps because they were just so fast. Um, and I set my partials in advance, so at certain levels. So even though, like I said, there are four partials on each of these trades, really they just happened within a minute. Um, and then it dropped right back down below the open, and it could not get above VWAP. And I saw, even from the very beginning of the day, huge bids way down low on this stock. So I took it short here, but I still was a little bit unsure of myself. And I took my first partial, and it came right back up against me. And like I normally do, just like Thor Young does, I took the rest of the position off when it hit my break even. So that was a really quick one. But it started selling off, and this sell off where it went from green to red really convinced me that my bias was correct, that this is a stock to short. So I took it short here, and it moved up against me right away, but I actually doubled down. This was not a very large position, um, but when I was just so convinced at this point that this was a short that I doubled down on my position right here. And from right there, it just really started tanking. And I took these partials, and it started coming up against me again. I actually added into my short here, um, and got a few more partials, and then stopped out. But and it shot up. And the reason I stopped out was because I saw in the L2 there were several big bids right here, or several big asks right here. So I did stop out right there, but I went right back in short. And I just held through all this chop that we were seeing in the market. Now, the whole time I'm watching Delta and I'm watching American Airlines and seeing where they're moving. And they're moving south as well. And they also have very large bids, kind of like I'm seeing on United Airlines. So that convinced me even more to stick with this one. I got a couple more partials here, and then it just really started tanking. And I got partials all the way down here to 22.10. And then as we go forward, it kind of, here you see another partial, and then it kind of bounced around a little bit, consolidated, but it dropped right back off this cliff. I got a couple more partials there. At this point, I'm like 3 times my daily goal. I went in much larger position than I did yesterday, just because I was just convinced that this was a short. But the market kind of turned around a little bit. But actually, right here from 1:30 to 2 o'clock or so, this stock was actually moving against the market. And I saw that as a sign of strength. So that concerned me a little bit. So I was patient with it. It started to go back down, but when it came back up again, I decided, you know what? I've got way more than what my target is. I'm going to take it off. So I did at 2:30 or so. I took the rest of it off, and that was a good decision because then it continued on up. Um, I didn't really trade anything else today other than one small trade I did on Delta, and I stopped out. Delta seems a little bit harder for me to trade than United Airlines, but actually just now, and as you heard at the beginning of this video, I got filled on an after hours trade on Delta. Um, Delta announced that they're really expecting a 90% decrease in revenues in the second quarter. And also, Berkshire Hathaway has greatly reduced their size with Delta Airlines. So it was really tanking after hours. Actually, all the airlines were on that news. You can see right there. And so it bounced a little bit, and I took it short here. This is at after 5:30. I took it short, and I took half off here and then half off here, right here when I started this video. So anyway, it's been a great day, positive across the board, but I especially wanted to make this video just to thank Bear Bull traders for their support. What I'm doing right here and what I do on a daily basis, there's no way I would have ever been this successful without their support. So I want to be sure to thank each and every one of the moderators at Bear Bull Traders, but also the entire community, because I get a lot of support from all of them, and we all learn from each other. But anyway, I hope everybody had a great day. Please put in the comments, what type of trades you've taken and how your day was. And I hope you all have a good weekend too. Take care.